Working memory is a dynamic cognitive workspace you use every waking moment of every day. Working memory is like the mind's own personal whiteboard, but the catch is that the whiteboard has disappearing ink, and that ink vanishes pretty fast. As soon as you write something down on the whiteboard, the ink basically starts to fade. Working memory is critical for you as an air crewman. You have to juggle multiple tasks like assessing the condition of a patient, communicating with the crew, and adapting to changing environmental factors on a flight like weather or waves. Working memory allows you to keep all of these elements active in your mind and prioritize and execute necessary tasks. Working memory is also active when you take tests or give briefs, so having a strong working memory is key. We're going to start by doing a quick whiteboard assessment. All you need is a paper and a pen, so feel free to grab one now. Here's your task. You're going to think of some place you visit regularly, a grocery store, the schoolhouse, the gym, that's about a 15-minute journey from your home. You're going to picture it in your mind. Then I want you to relive the path from your front door to this destination and count the number of times you have to turn. It doesn't matter if you walk, drive, bike, whatever. Just try to accurately count the number of turns. If you lose track, no big deal. Just start over at your front door. If and when you do get distracted, take a second to jot down what distracted you. If your phone buzzed because you got a call or a text, you can write phone. If a thought popped into your head about how much studying you need to get done later, you can write studying. You may have thoughts about the place that you're journeying to, and that's totally fine. Try to be as accurate as possible in getting the turn count, and as precise as possible in noting what got in the way of doing this. Don't skip or skim over anything. Ideally, we want a lot of data here. So take a few moments to complete this activity. Start by picturing your destination, again, somewhere that's about a 15-minute journey from your home. Now, starting at your front door, travel to that destination and count the number of times you have to turn. Again, if you get distracted, take a second and jot down what distracted you. Now let's assess. What did you find yourself thinking about over and over? I'm willing to bet a vast majority of the stuff you wrote down isn't an external distraction like a phone call or a knock at the door. If you're like me, and like most of us, the biggest distraction culprit is actually your own mind. And there was likely a lot written down on your mental whiteboard. Mindfulness training helps us declutter that mental whiteboard so that working memory works better. As you notice and as you train yourself to monitor what's happening in the present moment, you'll get better at noticing mind wandering and asking, what are the contents of my working memory right now? And are they supporting me for what is needed right now? Or would shifting back to the present moment be best? Today's practice is going to be a variation of the Find My Flashlight practice that you are very familiar with at this point. This practice is what we're going to call Watch Your Whiteboard. We'll begin the same way we always do, with the basic Find Your Flashlight, by sitting in a chair, comfortable but upright, resting your hands in your lap. You can close your eyes or feel free to just lower your gaze and have a soft focus on the floor. Remember that your attention is a flashlight, the beam pointing toward a specific breath sensation. When your flashlight drifts to something else, notice where it goes and pause for a moment. Observe where the flashlight is now directed. Now, give it a label. Identify what type of distraction has appeared on your mental whiteboard. Is it a thought, an emotion, or a sensation? A thought could be a worry, a reminder, a memory, an idea, or an item on your to-do list. An emotion could be a feeling of frustration or boredom, an urge to stop doing this practice and do literally anything else, a twinge of happiness, a twinge of stress. A sensation is something in your physical body, something like an itch or a sore muscle, or noticing something that you heard or you saw. Notice if you begin going down a rabbit hole of elaborating on the distraction or asking yourself, why are you thinking about this particular topic right now, or beating yourself up for getting distracted in the first place. Now is not the time to answer these questions or beat yourself up. You simply want to notice what is taking up space on your whiteboard and label the contents as thought, emotion, or sensation. Once you've put a label on it, come back to the present moment and back to your breath. Come back to your breath after every instance of labeling. Each time you notice your mind wandering, tag the content of your mind wandering as a thought, an emotion, a sensation, and shine your flashlight back on your breath. And we just do this over and over and over again. So go ahead and start by taking 2 deep diaphragmatic breaths. And go ahead and direct your attention or shine that flashlight on your breath sensations. Try to keep that flashlight on your breath. But when your mind starts to wander, as it naturally will, remember to take a second, pause, notice where your mind has wandered to, and label that experience as either a thought, an emotion, or a sensation. And then once you've labeled it, bring your attention back to your breath and shine your flashlight back on those breath sensations. And when you're ready, go ahead and open your eyes. And that concludes this Watch Your Whiteboard practice.